Hey, country music fans in Asia. My name is Scotty McCreery, and I've got a new single out called Bottle Rockets featuring Hootie and the Blowfish. And I've also got a new vinyl project out, Seasons Change, the Platinum Edition. And you can check them out right now, wherever you listen to music. And I can't wait to see you soon. Hope to see you over there soon and appreciate you listening to the music. It was a great week. We had just come back from 2 weeks over in Europe, so we went straight from there to Nashville for CMA Fest. So, uh, me and the band were like dragging a little to start, but once we got out there and saw all the fans and all the energy, it was like, all right, let's. It was super exciting. So, but you're right. Playing the stadium, it had been, I think, over a decade since I had done that. So, getting to be back in front of 70,000 people, for a show, that'll that'll get your nerves going and get you going for sure. So very exciting. Got to do the fan club part at the Grand Ole Opry as well, and played the Opry that night. So it was a special week. Yeah, well, I'm glad you liked it. First off, thank you. But two, I grew up a huge Hootie and the Blowfish fan, and where I'm from in North Carolina, Hootie and the Blowfish, they're from South Carolina, so it was their music was everywhere growing up. So I've been able to become friends with Darius over the years just through country music and our love of sports and golf and football and stuff. So I reached out to him with the idea. We had written the song obviously with the guys in mind, and Darius loved it, and the rest of the guys in the band loved it. So they went back in the studio, re-recorded all their parts. This wasn't a sample, we didn't just grab it from their song and put it in ours. They went and re-sang it, which was really cool for us. So I'm excited though. It turned out better than I could have imagined. Yeah, I'm sure. Well, thank you. Again, we're super excited and it's coming up fast, so we got to get the nursery together. But yeah, I'm sure there will be a lot that we've learned, things that we will do, and try to replicate, and things that we won't do next time, and or won't worry about as much. At first we're so scared and so careful, and then you realize, oh, they're a really resilient bunch of babies, and they can, they're going to be all right if things aren't perfect, So I think we'll be a little calmer this time around, and have a little more experience to pull from. But I'm trying to remember what we did as far as bottles and this and that. It's like it feels like forever ago that we were doing that in that infant stage, but it's coming up quick. Yeah, I think this was a cool way for me to kind of reflect and look back and say thank you to the fans for making this record what it was. It was a life-changing record for me, and um, we wrote a lot of these songs during a time when I was kind of in limbo career-wise, and I wasn't sure what putting out music would ever look like again. But um, we put it all together in Seasons Change, and it became the biggest record of my life. So I feel like a lot of times we're always looking ahead and looking forward, and I think that's a good thing. But I also think sometimes it's nice to remember where you came from and reflect and be thankful. And that's what I'm trying to do with this vinyl platinum edition. Just be patient. I think God's got a plan, and sometimes it takes a little while. So it was a season of growth for me. I learned a lot about myself as far as, being resilient and picking yourself up and taking it one step at a time, even though sometimes you want to, you know, jump 10 steps at once. Sometimes it's the little baby steps that make the big things happen. So there were a lot of baby steps that year. I felt like there was no light at the end of the tunnel there for a while, but eventually we kind of we pulled ourselves out of it. Yeah, I just remember the reception we got. Everybody was so kind and everybody was so excited that we were over there. And I'll never forget just all the love that they showed us in the Philippines. I would love to go back one day. Um, but yeah, we sold out 2 nights in the arena there in Manila, and it was just definitely a trip I'll never forget. I'm not sure I ever thought growing up that I'd make it over to the Philippines, at some point, but I'm so glad I did. And hopefully, it was the first trip of a few trips, down the road. I would love to at some point. I love that they're asking and are listening to the music over there, and I really appreciate it. My dad's been to Singapore on work, and he came back just loving it and talking so highly of it. So, um, hopefully one day, the tour schedule, the agents, there's a lot that goes into it, but on my end, I know how much I would enjoy doing that. I think the best country song of all time in my opinion, is George Jones. He stopped loving her today. So that would be one that I would definitely choose for people. But I think if you're getting introduced to country and you want to know the sounds and have a good time listening to it, um, maybe Alan Jackson's Chattahoochee is one that's going to put a smile on your face and going to make you want to get up and dance and enjoy some sunshine. So, uh, those are two off the top of my head that I would throw out. Oh, which mo it's probably when I'm heading to the airport to head out and wanting 5 more minutes with my family. I feel like now that I love what I do. I love music. I love singing it. I love, getting to travel the world doing it. But I think now as a dad and as a husband for 7 years, I uh, I really get to missing my family when I'm on the road. So just little moments like that, watching Avery grow up. Um, yeah, those are the 5 more minutes moments. Hey, country music fans in the Philippines, Indonesia, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Japan, and the rest of Asia. I'm Scotty McCreery, and I've got a new single out called Bottle Rockets and a new project out on vinyl called Seasons Change, the Platinum Edition. You can listen to it by tapping the link right here and listen to it wherever you listen to music. Hopefully, I'll get to tour over in Asia soon and see everybody. Hope y'all are well. Much love.